a very important issue that comes up when people are looking for the right defense attorney is, how do I find somebody that I can trust, somebody that I can rely upon, somebody who's going to do what they said they're going to do? And in Arizona, there's a way that you can look into that. You want to find somebody who's reputable. So lawyers are licensed. We go through a licensing process. You have to graduate law school, you have to pass a bar exam, then you have to go through a character and fitness process where they do a background check and they make sure that you're fit to practice law. Once you have that license, your license is then maintained by the Arizona Bar Association. This is an entity that basically polices lawyers and makes sure that they're following the ethical rules, they're not ripping off clients, they're not doing anything like that that would impugn the integrity of the legal profession. And so that bar in Arizona, there's a place where you can look up lawyers and see if they've ever been sanctioned or disciplined or reprimanded, and I'm going to show you how to access that. So you want to go to a browser, and you can just go to myazbar.org, put that into Google or put that in your address bar, and it's going to pull up this website. So you can see those are all from the State Bar of Arizona. And when you're looking for an attorney, of course, you want to make sure that that person has good reviews and the colleagues think highly of them and they've got good content and those things. But you're also then going to want to look them up on this website. So if you go to For the Public at the very top and you click Find a Lawyer, you can come down here and find a lawyer by name. And so what I will do is I will show you what my profile looks like. So Robert Gruler, this is my record with the Arizona Bar. Spell my name correctly, and you search for me, and it's going to pull up my record with the Arizona Bar. So I have here, once you click on that, you will see what my record, what the bar has about me. So they know that this is my contact information. Of course, I'm with the R&R Law Group. This is a little biography. These are the areas of practice. Those are the jurisdictions that I'm licensed in. But also the important part here is the discipline section. Have I ever been disciplined? The answer is no. Now, discipline means that I have not been reviewed, investigated, and then disciplined by the state bar. In full disclosure, I have had people file bar complaints against me. I've handled many thousands of cases over years, and I've had people who were upset at the outcome. I know they're not upset necessarily at me for the work that I've done, but they're upset at the judge, they're upset at the prosecutor, they're upset about the nature of the charges, they're upset about the outcome of the case. We're dealing with criminal law, very high stakes, very severe penalties, and so oftentimes people will be upset. I have had bar complaints against me. They've been investigated, the state bar has reviewed everything, and they've determined that there was no merit for me to be disciplined at all. Okay? They've decided and closed out the cases and said no discipline required. Never been on probation, never been reprimanded, never been sanctioned, nothing like that. And you can see that there. You can pull up my record. As to discipline, there is nothing there. All right? We can also look at my business partner. So let's throw in Ryan's name and see what he's got. And I can tell you there's nothing there. Okay, I went into business with somebody who's got a lot of integrity, somebody who is a good lawyer, somebody who takes care of people, cares about them. And so you can pull up his record as well and you can see discipline, none. Okay, no discipline at all. Ryan's biography and those things as well here, but he's never been disciplined either, also with the R&R Law Group. I can tell you that you can go through, search anybody in our office, and you're going to find the same thing. Nobody here has ever been disciplined. They've never been sanctioned. They've never been in trouble. They may have had bar complaints filed against them. Ryan also has had bar complaints filed against them, but once they've been investigated, they were not substantiated and never been disciplined. So let me show you somebody who has been disciplined, and it's not to rub this individual's face in it and in any of it, but just so you know, attorneys know about these things. Arizona releases a magazine every month where we can see the sanctions section. So anybody who's been sanctioned is kind of publicly scolded. Their name goes into a list because the theory is that attorneys will kind of help police themselves. You know, we want to make sure that we know what lawyers are violating the ethical rules, what lawyers are not doing business properly, who we should not refer cases to, and it also encourages other lawyers to follow the rules, you know, to be ethical and to do a good job in your case. So a while back we had a gentleman appeared in there, and we can pull up his name, just so you can see what somebody who has been disciplined, what their record looks like. So if we go to this gentleman here, you can take a look at, once his profile pulls up, you will see that there are some other things. I looked him up before I put this video together. So here's the discipline section, and you can see here that there are some other things. He's reprimanded and then placed on probation for a period of time. There may be other sanctions or admonitions or informal reprimands or any of those things. You can fill out the lawyer history form if you want to dive in a little bit further. But you can see here, you've got basically these two links here. If you click one of the links, you can pull that open and you can actually read some of the details about what the final disposition is, what the penalties were, what ethical rules were violated from the Supreme Court. The ethical rules are here. So you can just pull that up. And so it's very important that when you are searching for an attorney, that you look into their background. You know, a lot of attorneys that you speak with, they're not going to tell you what the full scope of the spectrum is about kind of all of this type of stuff, but instead they'll promise you a lot of things. They'll tell you that they're the best lawyers and they've got a lot of integrity and all those things, but you really want to make sure you take a look at how it all works independently. And so be sure you check out myazbar.org for any lawyer that you're considering working with. Okay, as I said earlier, my office, every single lawyer here has a clean slate. We want to keep it that way. We've got a lot of integrity here. We never promise anybody something that we can't deliver. We believe that we owe it to our clients to treat them the way that we would want to treat ourselves, the way we would want to be treated if we were in their shoes. So again, myazbar.org, take a look at it, look up any lawyer, look up anybody from my firm, make sure you make the right choice because there's a lot at stake and you deserve somebody who you can trust and rely on for your future. Thanks for watching.